Target hosts an emergency meeting over their Pride collection that targets children. Their trans Satanist designer sees orders surge, and the retailer loses miserably in just 1 week since launching Bud Light 2.0. Everybody, I'm your host, Kev Phares, and you're watching Speechless. Cut for time. Big reminder, everybody, this show is brought to you by Paul Garcia Productions out of Central Illinois. Paul does amazing work. Check out his link in the description and his YouTube. Paul will help your business get more business. Visit Paul Garcia Productions today to figure out how you can help out your business with different visual media production. Everybody, moving on to the show, Target holds emergency meetings over LGBTQ merchandise in Southern stores. Some Southern Target stores were forced by the corporation to move LGBTQ pride merchandise away from the front of their locations after customer outrage to avoid a Bud Light situation. This is out of the New York Post. A Target insider said that there were emergency calls on last Friday, and some managers and direct senior directors were told to tamp down the pride sections immediately. They're given 36 hours to take all of their pride stuff out the entire section and move it into a section that was a third of the size from the front of the store to the back of the store. And they can't have anything on mannequins, no large signage, nothing. And the call was super quick, according to the insider, is 15 minutes. The first 10 minutes were about how to keep the team safe and not having to advocate for Target. And then the last 5 was move this from the back, take down the mannequins, and remove the signage. Noting that bathing suits have replaced the Pride merchandise in the front of their store display, despite Pride Month not even starting until June 1st. They said, quote, "It's all under the guise of the increase of swim sales," the insider said. Everyone was like, thank God, because we're all on the front lines dealing with it. Okay, so out of that, to start off, according to the insider, they're trying to avoid a Bud Light situation. That, I'll say that's too late. You already did this. You already had these swimsuits that were made for children, that were tuck friendly, whatever the heck that means. Well, I know what it means. You know what it means? It means that they're women's swimsuits, the traditional women's one-piece swimsuits that you can tuck your D&Bs into. Tuck your member into. It's so flippin' weird. They have that. They also have all these different shirts and everything that are satanic, but also advocate for trans rights and LGBTQ crap. What is this, everybody? What kind of time are we in? Target, you're not going to be able to avoid a Bud Light situation. You already did it. People are mad. There is going to be a boycott, and it will hurt. Plus, this time is worse than Bud Light. This is pushed to kids. You're trying to push genital mutilation and that idea onto children. The majority of people in the world, or in America, let's say the majority of people in America are trying to be as accepting as they can of people with different lifestyles. Most people want to be nice, but that same majority is also like, okay, like, do what you want to do. Like, just keep it away from me and my kids. And Target is perpetuating the idea that we should let kids in on this conversation. Absolutely not. You got to be 18 to vote, 21 to drink, 16 to drive a car. And even 16 is too young to be able to make the life-altering decision to, quote-unquote, change your gender, which isn't even possible anyways. But moving on from that, when it comes to Target, one of the major designers for this Pride collection is a trans man, so a woman who pretends to be a man, by the name of Eric Carnell, who openly uses satanic imagery in his collection of Etsy-based LGBTQ clothing. Why is that? Why do you want to associate with Satanism and satanic imagery and religious imagery in such a way? That's so disgusting. You ask for people to accept you and to tolerate you, yet you use things that to Christians are intolerable or offensive. And I guess that's what it is. It's the entire idea that you're going to profit off of the shock value. But Target initially removed all of this person's merchandise, and it's unclear as to whether or not that decision is permanent. What is known, however, is that since Target's decision, Carnell's shops have become so popular that her shop is actually closed on Etsy, the internet, pretty much everywhere. I actually can show you right here. The shop is temporarily closed. Thank you all for your unrelenting support and love. The positive beauty vibes sent my way this past week have been overwhelming, and I can't thank you enough. I am putting the shop on short bread while I catch. So this is out of London. That's why the verbiage might be a little weird. See you soon. All my love, Eric. So that's what this person had to say. And in another statement, they this Eric said that the Alphabet Mafia, that's not exactly what they said, but essentially the Alphabet Mafia came to the rescue. And Carnell did say in a statement, your support during this extremely difficult time means more than I can express. Okay, I want to start off and say, how is this a difficult time for you? How is this a difficult time? If anything, your cheaply made products that are entirely made to profit off of the shock value have received more media attention than they're even worth. So much so that you had to stop taking new orders. This should be the best time of your life. Your business is flourishing. And I guarantee you, this is also a person that says, abolish capitalism, we need to be socialist and help everybody out. All that anti-capitalist bull crap, while you're also profiting off of shock value and making a pretty penny, I might add. Let's take a look at some of these products. I mentioned that there was satanic imagery included in some of these. And so I'm going to share my screen and show you guys just what kind of products were included even in the Target collection. So let's look at this. So there's one right here that you can see. In this, it says Satan respects pronouns. Once again, I question why you want to be associated with the personification of evil. All you're doing is associating yourself with evil and pushing away people that were already unhappy with your group. Anywho, I looked up the price of this one because you can't really see much of it. I have to take it from news articles because the shops are closed, can't find the prices. But this singular pin right here in American dollars is about $7. It's, according to the New York Post, this is $6.56. $6.56. Let's keep going through the Instagram here a little bit more. You can see trans witches for abortion. So flipping, it's just like, why? I feel like these are, again, you're profiting off of shock value. There you can see the announcement that they were going with Target. There's another pin. I can't find it on here right now, but there's another pin that was upwards of $10. Trans healthcare now is what that one said. And that is upwards of, oh, here it is right here. Trans healthcare now. That one is upwards of $10. There's also Join My Gay Cult. And one that went particularly famous is Cure Transphobia, Not Trans People. Whatever that is supposed to mean. And I believe that is the designer right there. So the point of all this, one, why are you associating with Satanism? It doesn't make it really is, it's disgusting. And it's part of the secular society that I've talked about in videos previously, trying to profit and push an agenda off of an absolutely disgusting piece of imagery that evokes a lot more emotion from people that genuinely know what it means. These are people that don't know what it means, but they push their agenda because they think it's edgy and cool, when in reality it's gross and evil is an understatement. Moving on from that, what is all this? Well, frankly, first off, yes, this person is making a lot of money. And is making a lot of money, and their orders are soaring simply because Target's boycotting. The Alphabet Mafia came to the rescue, everybody. But that's temporary. It's riding off of the media bandwagon that's going off of it. But overall, what has this whole thing done? Target deciding to partner with this person and also push their Pride collection onto children. Well, it has created Bud Light 2.0. Target today is already showing massive losses. As of today, May 25th, 2023, Target has lost about $9 billion in market value since angry social media users called for a boycott of the Minneapolis-based retailer over its rollout of the Pride collection featuring LGBTQ-friendly clothing for children. This is out of the New York Post. In the last week, a 12% drop has shaved a whopping $9 billion off of the company's market cap. In a statement Tuesday, Target said, given these volatile circumstances, we are making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant confrontational behavior. Target said that customers knocked down Pride displays at some stores, angrily approached workers, and posted threatening videos on social media from inside the stores. That was just days after Target's CEO, Brian Cornell, had defended LGBTQ friendly merchandise, saying that it's, quote, the right thing for society. Yes, your Satanist pins are obviously amazing for society. They might be amazing for society, but they're bad for business, Brian. So again, hey, I've said this in a lot of videos, everybody. Don't destroy, don't do property damage, don't threaten people, don't commit acts of violence, don't commit crimes out of your anger. It just makes us look bad. Frankly, there's no need for threats or violence. In fact, I actively discourage threats, violence, property, any kind of criminal behavior. Do not do it. That is bad. It makes us look bad and delegitimizes the boycott, period. But a boycott is necessary. Make this a peaceful boycott. So my overall thoughts of these main stories, first, keep up the fight. These boycotts are necessary. I hear some people across the political spectrum say, eventually we're going to have to boycott everyone and have nowhere to shop, eat, drink, etc. And that's not true. Now, we don't need to necessarily boycott everything. We need to boycott the most egregious offenders. Target, Bud Light, Adidas, to make an example and send messages to the entire woke corporate system. Because if we can specifically, it's Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals, right? Pick a target, isolate it, destroy it. That's paraphrased, but you get what I'm saying. Saul Alinsky's rules for radicals. Do that. We don't need to pick every target. In this case, pun intended, we pick Target. And obviously, we picked Bud Light as well. If we isolate it and destroy it, then that'll send a message to every other company that decides to try to go woke and push this minority agenda. And make no mistake, everybody, it is not the majority that believes that you can change genders, and that's something that should be that's not well accepted theory as the left would like you to believe. Secondly, when it comes to this whole Target thing, I think this is an interesting opportunity for gender. This is more of just an observation. In terms of if you compare this to the Bud Light controversy, the boycott significantly hinged on men for Bud Light. More men drink beer than women. Essentially, what happened is men resorted back to like that middle school joke of, you're gay if you do this thing. And they said, well, you're gay if you drink Bud Light. And a lot of dudes were like, I don't want to be gay. And Bud Light is now literally giving their beer away. That's the most simplified version of what happened. But it worked because they decided to perpetuate the idea and abandon their consumer base by perpetuating the idea that men become women and women can become men, which is just false. And men stood up for women and said, no. That's not gonna fly here. And now Bud Light is literally giving away their beer for free. And in the inverse, there's an amazing opportunity with Target. Target has a primarily female consumer base. This means that, ladies, if you're watching this right now, this is your opportunity to take a stand and go to Walmart instead, or whatever wholesaler, to stand up for kids, to stand up for women. Because I got to be honest, this Target one is a billion times worse than the Bud Light situation and the Bud Light controversy. There's satanic imagery pushing genital mutilation onto children through clothing at Target stores. So boycott and make it hurt and send a message. Everybody, I'll keep following this story for more updates and more content like this. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. It's so important. Please like, subscribe, and share. And check out one of these other videos that's coming up on the sides here. And thank you so much for watching. God bless you, and God bless America.